Hello, my Iblis fans, and maybe not fans, but followers of the show and curious, what is this lady talking about heads and sex and all of these things? And if you haven't watched episode 1 yet, go ahead and watch it. So I got an interesting comment on my last episode about what are the implications if we talk about sex too much. Like I said last time, it does create a lot of problems when we block and put taboos and shame certain topics, and we end up shaming even more than we want. In the idea of protection, we want to protect society, we want to protect the people, we want to protect the kids, and we have to ban everything. But when we ban everything or put taboos or shames on them, it just makes people want to even do it more. They get even more curious, and the ways of discoveries could not be very healthy. The way of the sexual expression could not be healthy, and it is not protecting our society and our children. Our children are being subjected to people who are expressing their sexuality onto them. So with my clients, when I hear their stories, it is really tough, and it's a big trauma to look at and start overcoming bit by bit, especially when it comes to people that we're related to coming and invading our bodies, whether we are women or men. Or actually, let me rephrase this, whether we are little girls or little boys. So let us talk about these topics. Let us learn how to help really protect our children in a healthy way, teach them their body boundaries, teach them what is okay and not okay. So these are the things that I want to bring up. And people are afraid of, if we talk about sex openly, then we will have people having haram sex or sinful sex. Everything that I just mentioned earlier, isn't that sinful? Breathe, Hannah. Breathe. Settle in. What are we going to talk about in terms of sex? We're going to be talking about the sexual knowledge, the sacredness of sex. Why is it sacred? How can we understand our bodies and our partner's bodies? How can we understand our pleasure, especially as women? We're talking about your body boundaries. We're talking about consent. We're talking about body consent, mind consent, the female pleasure, the male pleasure. What does this pleasure really mean? What is that exchange of energy? Why is it so sacred? How can we make it even sacred, even more, and become a sacred act? We also want to discuss what are sexual blockages and what are sexual dysfunctions. How do they come to be, both in males and females? Reach out, I'm here. It's just easy. You can reach out, we can have conversations, we can talk. You don't need to agree with me, and that is a great thing, because that's how we connect, that's how we have deeper discussions, and that's how our discussions can grow, our perspectives can grow more and more and more. And when we have multiple perspectives, we can see the world better, rather than just one perspective, which is your own, or what you've been told to think and what you've been told to do. So stay tuned and be with love, and see you at the next episode of مو-عيب. مو-عيب.
dear.